Hey Aries, Kapualani here with your girl and her moon, Sagittarius, full moon reading. Spirit, what does Aries need to know? This Sagittarius, full moon. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Aries. All right. First up, your message from the universe this full moon, 8 of Swords. Surrender is key, all right, with whatever it is that's coming through. What you're working toward, what you are holding space for. There are things that are in development beyond your awareness, maybe even beyond your abilities to take any kind of a direct action at this point. There could be certain things where you're just caught up in your thoughts that are keeping you kind of spinning in your head a little bit. Take a breath, take a breather, stretch out a little bit, air things out. I don't know why, but I'm getting like just kind of let yourself get outside if you've been cooped up. What will this full moon be bringing into your awareness? The High Priestess. All right. So that ability to not just go within, but to really listen to your instincts, to your intuition, to your gut, especially. Okay. There are things just at the periphery, going on, and you can sense it, you can feel it, maybe even, you can see it in your mind's eye. But that High Priestess is that space of taking action only as it truly resonates and hits at the core is what I'm getting, and being aware that just because you can't see it doesn't mean you can't believe it, and also that not everything you see is as it appears, as it seems, right? So what will you be potentially revisiting? Nine of Swords. I got Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords. Okay. What is there anything bringing up stress, worry, anxiety, fears? I feel like whatever seems as though it's beyond your control, or again ability to take some kind of a direct action, or at least, yeah, something more direct, not where it's like, yes, it's an aligned action, but it's not like boom boom, like I just want to get from here to here. It's like, yeah, but you can't, you got to go from here to there to the other side, like, that sort of a thing. Do your best, Aries, to mind your mental health and wellness, all right? Especially when I see that Nine of Swords, because of the stress and the anxiety and all that stuff that's associated. Mind your sleep, okay? Make sure you're being good to yourself. Mind your nervous system, maybe some EFT tapping, just to help calm the nervous system and the mind from any feelings of restlessness and concern about things that, again, you have no direct control over at this moment, right? So let's get you some advice for a smooth full moon. The moon in and of itself. Okay, so there's these feminine energies of trusting the gut, of things not being all that it appears. There's something, someone, I feel like maybe your circumstances, it could even seem like, oh yeah, everything's great, it's a beautiful day, blah blah blah, but like inside there may be a bit of turmoil or stress or restlessness, to where this just, you know what I mean, you just kind of want to move on to the next thing, or you want to kind of be more, have more freedom, or just be in the flow of the stuff that really brings you to life, that really like keeps your fire going, rather than just kind of like, all right, yeah, we're just kind of chilling out, like, no, nothing's wrong, but it's like, what's right, like, I'm just kidding, but something like that. So this moon energy, again, in terms of advice, is listen to your instincts. Your intuition is speaking to you. Slow down the mental chatter and just kind of tune in. And even if it means, because of the water association, taking, a nice cleansing bath, a salt bath, that type of thing to help reset. navigating your circumstances, not jumping to by not jumping to conclusions, but again, rather allowing for things, for the path to guide you, your intuition, so forth, feeling your way through things rather than trying to think your way through things, right? So going with the heart rather than all rationale and logic, balancing it in that way, if that makes sense. So, okay, what sort of downtime is your soul craving this full moon? Like I said, that fire, you want to get fired up. I said it. I'm like, you want something that's going to keep your fire going. So the visionary, all right, the king of fire, the father of wands here. Take the action. Like, just because there are certain things that may appear to be out of just out of reach right now, with where you may think that you want to be, like, just start to take, like I said, the little mundane actions that don't seem associated. Like, sorry, we can't just go from A to Z. We have to get from A to B to C and D, and, like, you know what I mean? And but hey, you're not even starting at A. Like, you're further along than you think, especially if we've got this king of fire showing up, and that's your fire energy. So harness that power. Self-discipline may be needed, being in that mode of stepping up and seeing the greater longer term vision rather than just that short term reward or gain or whatever it is, right? So Aries, I encourage you to check out your moon and rising signs for added insights, maybe your Venus and North Node signs as well, if that speaks to you. But you know where to go, what to do, girlundermoon.com to schedule your 45-minute live reading or a pre-recorded. We're here for you. Have a great Sagittarius full moon. Hey Taurus, Kapualani here. I've got your girl and her moon, Sagittarius full moon reading. Let's see what we see, Spirit. What does Taurus need to know this Sagittarius full moon? Thank you, Spirit. Okay. What do you need to hear from the universe? This full moon, Taurus, death, transformation is key. There are things that are in a state of transition. There are things, major cycles that could be closing out at long last, kind of what I'm hearing. Scorpio energy with the death card, just to kind of throw that in as an honorable mention. But there's for sure there's a shedding that's happening right now. Your ancestors may very well be connecting with you deeply at this time. Maybe you're thinking about loved ones on the other side. If you are, this is that validation that messages are being received. The connection is there. Okay, it's happening. The communication in spirit, in the heart to heart sense, is happening. So just embrace it. Okay. Yeah, you have a love, like somebody watching this, at least one you got a loved one that's coming through and is like with you 100%. Okay. What will this full moon be bringing into your awareness? Oh my gosh, Mother of Pentacles, Queen of Coins, your energy, Earth Queen. Okay, this is prioritizing yourself, your health, your business, your money, your finances, your home life, all right, your sense of comfort, your sense of, again, care, wellness and well-being, because the earth is physical, as in our bodies, and not just our coin, our money. So okay, Taurus, Earth Queen energy. Prioritizing the self and also looking at that bigger picture. We've got that cycle coming to an end, and or ancestral guidance, strength, connection that's happening here. So this is saying, look at your future generations. Focus on your stability, focus on that stability for the long term, okay? Security, stability for the long term, and in also with the health, like I had said. So what are you potentially revisiting? Oh my gosh, Taurus, the Hierophant. Oh, it's like this full moon, I feel like for everybody, but for whatever reason, I hope that this is true, rings true for you. But I feel like it's gonna be a pretty powerful one for you. Um, but yeah, so again, the Hierophant, what you need to revisit your own values, perhaps, as it aligns with the status quo, with the collective, not necessarily, actually, yeah, they're saying you may have certain values, or you may be realizing that you actually do have certain practical values that line up with like conventionality, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. You may be in a position of leadership, you may be in a position of both. You could be a leader, you could be a student, you could be a teacher. It's just one of those things because it's both that give and take with this energy. In terms of learning, in terms of connection with your higher self. Yes, this is connection. Hello, it's right there, Kapualani. Your ancestors, like I said, are coming through. Okay, so connecting to your higher self. If this deals with something earth plane, like an authority figure to make connections with, or to, there's some kind of a bridge that's happening here, Taurus. Okay, there's some kind of a bridge happening, whether this is like, yeah, spiritual and energy does translate into the physical, but yeah, there's some kind of a energy trickling down, and there's some kind of also, there's this guidance to listen to to connect to your higher self, to ask the right questions, like seek out the answers. If you don't feel as though you're in that position to find the answers or even know where to look in the first place, don't hesitate to reach out to those, those guides, those people that are in those positions or have that knowledge, to provide that guidance to you, for you. Okay, so advice for a smooth full moon. That being said, Four of Pentacles. All right, yeah, focus on that security. Recognize if and when you're maybe clinging a little bit too tightly to comforts and to routine, to the point where it might be making you feel a little bit insecure. So whether that's physical, as in your physical body feeling insecure, and just kind of noticing that, so you can give yourself a little bit of room, to breathe and to just kind of reset and shift the energy into a higher vibration, or if it's finances, if it's abilities, if it's even just kind of not wanting to get out of your comfort zone again with like a day-to-day routine, something along those lines. If you don't have a day-to-day routine, this is a good time to kind of work on that, maybe even actually reworking or revamping your current day-to-day, especially if it feels like things are a little bit in a slump at all, or just kind of feeling a bit too boring or whatever the case. You want to shift the energy just a little bit. So what sort of break or downtime is your soul craving? Father of Wands. Interesting. Aries got this energy as an outcome energy-ish too, like that Father of Wands. So this is action, okay? Trusting in the vision and holding space for that greater vision to unfold. Pay attention to your vibes. Focus on your health. I mean, just getting this again, especially for if that's been coming up, if health has been a thing for you, you've had it on your mind to do anything regarding that, whether it's getting into a different routine or whatever the case may be, seeing your healthcare professional, whatever it is. So you're like, oh, maybe I need to do this, or maybe I need to do that, or change this up, blah blah. Listen to that calling and do something about it, otherwise is the greater message. And also, express your creative energy. Listen to, again, your psychic vibes, follow them, as well as the creative vibe and channel of flow. Put it into action, okay, especially if you're like an artist, that sort of thing, a performer. But otherwise, Taurus, check out your moon and rising signs, your Venus, your north node, for some deeper insights. Visit with us to schedule your own 45-minute live or pre-recorded session at girlinamoon.com. Have a fabulous full moon. Hey Gemini, Kapualani here with your girl and her moon Sagittarius full moon reading. Gemini, let's see what we see, Spirit. What does Gemini need to know in regards to this Sagittarius full moon? Thank you. Okay. Gemini, what do you need to hear from the universe? Seven of Pentacles. You may be encouraged to take the time and just kind of pause to consider whether or not the effort that you're putting into something or someone is worth the reward. You know, it's like, are the costs matching the benefits? Is one outweighing the other? And if so, what should I, you know what I mean? What kind of adjustments can I make? It's time to get organized. It's time to, even if you know, especially if you don't have, for whatever reason, I'm feeling like regularity in your schedule. Doing your best to try to create some form of regularity. It's a really good time. I don't know why, but it's like I'm just getting something with files for someone. If it's just about getting things lined up and organized so that you can get a clearer sense of just how far you've come as well. And again, any improvements that you can make or adjustments that need to be made to continue on in your long-term growth and developments. Okay, so what will this full moon be bringing into your awareness? Two of Cups, connecting to the heart. I feel this energy of heart and soul with the Two of Cups, feeling settled about something or someone, feeling, or even yourself, you know, in terms of just whatever circumstances. I feel like this full moon will be bringing connection into your awareness as well. Maybe things are slowing down a little bit more so that you can maybe, you know, stop and take a breather and have a bit of a moment to really appreciate your meal. That, you know, if you're like constantly on the go, you just kind of need to eat and run. But it's nice sometimes, right, to have a moment to actually like sit down and enjoy a meal. I don't know why that's coming up. Maybe that means something specifically for someone. I hope it does. But yeah, just the things that matter is what I'm hearing. Two of Cups, you know, in terms of what's being brought into your awareness, the things that matter most. All right. So what do you need to revisit potentially? Okay, interesting. The Magician, which would be your energy, the Gemini Virgo energy with the Magician. So empower yourself. All right. Empower yourself. Even if you don't feel necessarily inclined, like maybe you're waiting for the universe or something, someone to kind of nudge you into action, the Magician is there to remind us that the power is within our own selves, within our own hands to make something happen. We are the master alchemist here. You are that master alchemist, the Magician. Okay, and it's about remembering that you are, the creator of the creator of your own reality. So harness that power of now in terms of what you can do to step into your power, what you can do to manifest and co-create the life that you desire, whatever it may be. Okay. And again, that's where I feel, again, it's if you haven't, you know, if everything's kind of just been okay and you're like, oh yeah, there's no reason for me to have to feel like revved up to do something. It's not necessarily about getting revved up, but if you have certain ideas that, you know what I mean, they kind of keep popping up, and then we're like, okay, no, but you know, everything's good right now, so I don't really need to, you know, I don't feel a sense of urgency to have to do anything about it. That's where Spirit is saying, it's like, well, why not right now? You know, like, it doesn't have to be everything or just anything, but it's something that's really sticking, okay? Sticking to you sticking on a soul level, that kind of a thing. Okay, let's give you some advice for a smooth full moon, Temperance, Sagittarius energy. Excuse me. Balance and harmony, really paying attention to your process, the steps that you're taking the time to allow for things to alchemize as well, and not hesitating, especially when you feel some kind of an aligned, inspired, actionable step popping up, or some kind of a divine, intervention or calling or download for that matter. You are divinely guided and protected. I say that because of the Archangel Michael reference with the traditional version of the Temperance card. Do things with integrity. I only say that because the heron, that bird, the heron, is associated with integrity. All right, and that's how can we have some smooth guidance here, or for the full moon. So pay attention, take the action. It's like slow down if things are speeding up, speed up. If things are kind of dragging, we're trying to find that sort of happy middle ground, right? So what sort of vacation is your soul craving? 10 of Wands. Okay, so you want a break and some relief, perhaps. You want some kind of a cycle, some kind of, you know what I mean, a journey to be over, burdens to be laid to rest. Maybe you've been feeling a little bit exhausted and worn down, and you just kind of want to chill for a moment. I feel like, with this 10 of Wands, maybe you're ready for also a recharge, because there's, like, again, the exhaustion that's there and the feeling of being weighed down with the 10 of Wands. And that's, again, with 10, it's an acknowledgement of cycles ending, yes, and preparing for new cycles to begin. But also understanding that your hard work and effort are, you're not walking away from anything. You're not closing anything out empty-handed. Okay, so Gemini, check out your moon and rising signs, your Venus and North Node, if that speaks to you, for some deeper insights, and schedule your session with us, your personal session, girlandhermoon.com. We've got 45-minute lives and pre-recordeds available, so take great care. Have a good full moon. Hey Cancer, Kapualani here. I've got your girl and her moon Sagittarius full moon reading. So let's dive in. Let's see what we see here. Spirit, what does Cancer need to know? This full moon, thank you, Spirit. Cancer. Okay. Your message from the universe, what do you need to hear this Sagittarius full moon? Mother of Cups. Okay, so self-care and that awareness of just kind of creating personal boundaries. Cleanse maybe your space, yourself, so that you can have a stronger sense of what is like your emotional stuff and versus others. Okay. I feel like with this Mother of Cups, the nurturing side of you, again, that's also just kind of that space to be mindful of your own boundaries in terms of how much you're giving of yourself. There could be someone that you could be wanting to lean on at this time in some sort of a nurture, supportive kind of a way. But you are received and seen as a good listener and as a nurturer, of course, okay? And just, the fact that we have your energy showing up, the Queen of Cups, hello, Cancer, I feel like this full moon should really kind of vibe with your element, vibe with you, okay? I'm just gonna say that. So what will this full moon be bringing into your awareness? The Son of Swords, bold action, okay? Especially if and when and where it comes to communications. If there are messages being exchanged, one, proofread before you hit the send button. Two, don't hesitate to send. You know what I mean? Don't hesitate to respond. Don't hesitate to just get it done. Put it out there. That type of a thing. The Knights, especially with the Knight of Swords, is very swift movement, right? There could be incoming messages. There could be messages going back and forth. Just make sure you're paying attention to the details and not like just overlooking anything, whether it's in the send aspect, the subject aspect, or the actual comment, that kind of a thing. All right, so that, and there is something here about um being understood. Okay, what will you be potentially revisiting? The Father of Wands. Okay, so this Father of Wands is making rounds with some of the signs. In case you happen to catch the King of Wands in one of the other zodiac readings. But Father of Wands here, in terms of what you might be revisiting, your bigger vision, what you're passionate about. You could be in a more inner kind of inward space. You could feel a little bit more inclined to keep to yourself and protect your energy. And this Father of Wands is here to remind you that just because you're kind of, you may be withdrawing from certain things or certain scenes or environments for the moment, it doesn't mean that you don't have creative energy to exude and to put out there in other areas. I don't know why I'm just getting that message. There may be a significant fire sign around you that may be coming back into your life. Don't know if that, maybe that resonates for someone. So you got Aries, Leo, Sagittarius there. And there's also something about oh yes, you're safe to sort of keep your emotions and keep your feelings and thoughts to yourself, and it's like do a little fake it till you make it type thing. You may be doing that a little bit. That may also connect to your communications, like I was saying earlier with the Knight of Swords. Okay, all right, advice for a smooth full moon. Son of Cups, Knight of Cups. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, this is all about just moving forward from the heart. You can trust your instincts, you can trust your gut. Be inquisitive. There may be a lot of movement or travel going on right now, maybe a little bit of back and forth. Yeah, I get travel. I'm getting travel. Okay, Cancer. For you, like whether it's driving or whether it's flying or whatever the case may be, and again, or messages going back and forth. So one way or another, I feel like even if there is something that was like a little misunderstanding or an error in the communications, it's all going to get resolved anyway. Yeah, be inquisitive. Okay, seek and ye shall find. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, what sort of break or downtime is your soul craving? Justice. Okay, so you want some balance, you want some answers, you want some, yeah, maybe you are wanting some karmic justice or retribution here, Cancer. What's up? Like, were you wronged or something? With these communications, I kind of feel a little bit of this like poker face energy, perhaps, like in some ways, in terms of your dealings and communicating with other. I mean, obviously, you're communicating with others here. Libra energy, just in case, with this Justice card. I feel like also, for some, maybe you just want karmic justice to, yeah, step in and balance things aside, you know what I mean? If there are like things dealing with documents or signing things, things dealing with the law, legalities, that sort of thing that you've been waiting on, for example, I could see how maybe this would be like you want it to be resolved, you want it to come to you know what I mean, to close, and just kind of let's just sign on the dotted line here. Okay. I feel like that should be catalyzed with this full moon, wrongs being made right, whatnot, karmic retribution. Yes. Okay. So Cancer, check out your moon and rising signs for some deeper insights. Visit us and schedule your session, girlandhermoon.com. We've got those 45-minute live readings as well as the pre-recorded readings. But I hope you have a blessed and bright full moon. Leo, how are you? Kapualani here. I've got your girl and her moon. Sagittarius, full moon reading. Leo, let's see what's up. Spirit, what does Leo need to know in regards to this Sagittarius full moon? We're just like a bunch of cards here. So, sorry, I'm just not going to look, Leo. I'm not. There's just too many cards. Forgive me. I'm sure you will. You have no choice. I'm just kidding. But yeah, Spirit, what does Leo need to know? Okay, so Swords agreeing. Clarity is coming through, okay? There may even, so new beginnings, clarity, and something, I don't usually say fresh start with the Ace of Swords, but I'm thinking of like I say that usually with like the Ace of Cups or something, but I feel like breath of fresh air with like a new cycle in some way, clarity in terms of a direction, a focus, a decision, if there is one to be made. Okay. All right, spirits, what does Leo need to hear from the universe this full moon? Oops, getting ahead of ourselves here. Six of Swords. Okay, so there is a peaceful transition that's underway. We're moving away from any kind of conflicting energies that you may have been going through or experiencing. So, smooth sailing ahead. And, you might feel a little bit nervous, but it's going to be okay, right? So, we're just focusing on that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, on the other side of the rainbow here. Okay, so you may be traveling, thinking of travel, preparing for it in some way. If not, just kind of going through something of a transitional point in your life as it is. Like I said, moving from maybe one sort of state of being generally, things may have been a little bit bumpy or tumultuous, and now we're moving on again to smoother, calmer waters, okay? What will this full moon be bringing to your awareness? Four of Pentacles, foundations, grounding, rhythm and routine in your day to day, I feel. This Four of Pentacles also is just recognizing any insecurities, whether it's, with your physical body, whether it's with your finances, your lot in life, whatever the case may be, that this full moon may touch on some of those insecurities, and that's not necessarily a bad thing because it just sheds light on those areas where we could kind of ease up on ourselves, bring a little bit of consciousness to that space, and just kind of shift the energy, right? We want to raise the vibration, send healing energy, all the things. So that's not necessarily, it's good because this is, if this is what you are building things upon, the foundation, right? We want to be aware of areas like if you've ever really worked on, you know what I mean, if you screw something in, you don't want to like screw it in too tight, because what is it that they say, you can strip the hole that you've drilled kind of thing, and then it just weakens it in the end, right? So anyway, I don't know, hopefully someone needed that little note. What are you potentially revisiting this full moon? Son of Swords. All right, so being bold, taking the action, even if you don't feel completely prepared, or even if you, like, how should I put this? Even if you haven't fully developed your thoughts, your words, your skill in something, it's about having that courage and just the wherewithal to go for it anyway. And just, it's okay if I have a little oops, look, I slip up a little bit, it's all right, we will figure this out. There's also this energy here of slowing down and minding the details, get a handle on things before you hit, you know what I mean, this press the send button. I saw this Son of Swords pop up earlier for one of the other signs, and that was just a message came through, and it came through here again. So if you got that message from another sign and then you're getting this message now, definitely slow down, do a read through, proofread maybe more than once, right? A couple of times, more than a couple of times, before you hit send. Okay. Okay. Advice for a smooth full moon. Six of Pentacles. All right. What you plant will yield results in the long term. There's something here with growth and things balancing. There you can feel good, about all of this. And I feel like it's really with this Six of Pentacles, there's, have an awareness. If you, I don't know why, maybe this is for someone. If you're in this position of trying to improve your circumstances and you're seeing some positive growth, you're not obligated to give that away. Okay, I don't know if somebody needs to hear that. I just say it. We have 2-6 energies here, so definitely something with balance and harmony and transitions. Okay, positive transitions and growth, gentle positive transitions and growth, but productive nevertheless. Okay, is going to be like the bigger message here. I feel like again, you're going to be, you know what I mean, just focus. Actually, yes, thank you, Spirit. Focus on, when you are taking action, when you are doing something, when you are investing, those, what is your goal here in the long term, not just the short term, but how are the things that you're doing right now going to be impacting that growth or not, right? All right. What sort of downtime or break is your soul craving this full moon, Leo? The Tower. Okay, interesting. So, the Tower can be a positive surprise. Maybe you're ready for life to take you by surprise in a very good way. Unexpected surprise. Okay, from the universe. I feel like and also I gotta just make that mention for Scorpio energy with this Tower energy. Okay. If you've been, especially like, there have been a lot of racing thoughts, if things haven't felt especially stable or clear, I can see how obviously you're ready for a break from that. Okay, some relief from stresses, some relief from anxieties, relief from things that just kind of, I'm just present to the crown chakra, just being like push, 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 like the lightning striking the top of that tree, and just being like, all right, I think I need time to just chill my mental. Like, you know what I mean? We're going to decompress here. Like, that's kind of what I'm present to in the message and the goal or the energy that you know what I mean? That you might be like wanting to call in here. But yeah, also the potential for a more immediate and like overnight positive shift in whatever your circumstances. All right, so holding space for that for you, Leo. Check out your moon and rising signs for some deeper insights, maybe even your north node, your Venus, if that speaks to you. But otherwise, we're here for you. Schedule your session with us, girlundermoon.com, for your 45-minute live reading or a pre-recorded. All right, so have a beautiful and blessed Sagittarius full moon, Leo. Virgo, how are you? What's up? Kapualani here with your girl and for Moon Sagittarius full moon reading. Let's see what we see, Spirit. What does Virgo need to know this Sagittarius full moon? Thank you. For Virgo, Spirit. All right. Let's see, first up, your message from the universe. What do you need to hear, Virgo? Whoa, look at you. Your card, your energy showing up front and center. The Hermit. Okay? Trust your insights right now. Trust your instincts. I feel like if you have been hermiting, maybe this is your sign to step out. Otherwise, this could be a time to withdraw. This could be a time to go into that space of contemplation, to go inward. In search of your answers, all right? Leaning into your own life lived wisdom and experiences for the guidance that you seek. If you're not even seeking guidance, but maybe you're just needing a little bit of a respite, all right? Don't hesitate to withdraw and remove yourself from external distractions, unplug, unwind, that sort of thing. Maybe just kind of stay off the tech or the social media for a moment to give yourself room to just recalibrate and breathe and to hear your own thoughts, feel your own energies, okay? and slow down a little bit, if things have been especially moving quickly or just chaotic or whatever the case may be. All right. What will this full moon be bringing into your awareness, Virgo? 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Security, house, home. Maybe even things to do with family. This deals with future generations and decisions. Maybe there are some big decisions that you are contemplating as it relates to your future security, to building up to even generational wealth or stability, for again, years and years to come type thing. But yeah, so that may be part of the contemplation, and where that guidance to just kind of be in your own space, to feel your core truth, because it does affect, it does have that much bigger effect. You are in that space where whatever it is that you're contemplating is going to have a lot more to do with your bigger future, right? And where all of that lands. Security, house, home, wealth, all the things, okay? Health, even. All right, what do you need to potentially revisit? What will you be potentially revisiting this full moon? 7 of Wands. So, asserting yourself for sure. Seeing that you are the torch bearer. You are the guiding light in your own story. Slow down if it feels like things are just like, huh, 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 huh. You know what I mean? Like, oh, let's like slow down and take a breath. Let's not be in a hurry. Let's make sure that we are well prepared, okay? And we're not just rushing into things. Stand up for what you believe in. Really listen to your own voice. It can be difficult because, everybody wants to get an outside opinion or guidance, especially if they're feeling conflicted about something or making big decisions, right? But at the end of the day, we can only take, only take responsibility for ourselves. So it's about having that confidence within you. And because your energy here with the Hermit showed up in that center, it's saying that the answers that you're seeking, that maybe you've been kind of like going outward about, and that's okay. There's no judgments there. But at the end of the day, you know very well it's inside of you. And you have the knowledge, you have the wisdom to be able to trust your own guidance, all right? So try not to get too distracted or thrown off by outside chatter, external voices, whether they are giving you positive stuff or negative stuff. At the end of the day, it's about you following your own light, your own voice, your own opinion, and not being afraid to stand your ground in that way, in that regard. Okay? All right. Advice for a smooth full moon. 4 of Swords. Okay. Trust yourself. Take a breath. Take a breather. Like I said, there's no need to hurry or rush through anything right now. If there are steps to take, sometimes with the 4 of Swords, it's like, don't rest on your laurels. Like, what is it? Like, what, why do today what I can put off for tomorrow? It's like one of those, like, no, just take care of it, But otherwise, those things that, again, whatever it is that you might feel like, oh my gosh, take a breath, take a pause. All right, trust that your time will come. Okay, your divine time and order of things will happen. Okay, and I think you know it. All right, what sort of downtime, what sort of vacation is your soul craving? Father of Pentacles, there's you again, Virgo. You want to be in control. You want to be in charge. You want to have everything together, financially, within yourself. The whole package is what I'm hearing for some. And I feel like, and part of it too, like with this King of Pentacles is, you want to feel, you like, however it is that you show up, because the King of Pentacles cares about appearance. And I'm not saying that in necessarily a shallow way. This is just someone who, maybe they've got really great style, really great taste. It has nothing to do with money necessarily. Even though that's not, there's nothing wrong with that. But my point is, I feel like even if you're able to really pull a great outfit or whatever it is together, you want to feel as good as you look, right? Like, I don't know why, but I feel like maybe for some, that's the message here in terms of just what your soul is craving. Like, you don't just want to look successful and have that success. You want to feel it, you want to be it, and really stand in it, right? And this also tells me, um honestly, that you're on your way. Like, when just looking at these cards and everything, that's why, again, there's no rush. Okay, like, yes, it's about taking action, but we want things to be of quality, right? So, Virgo, check out your moon and rising signs for some added insights, maybe even your North Node Venus signs. Visit us, girlinhermoon.com, to schedule your 45-minute live reading or pre-recorded. We are here for you. But otherwise, have a blessed and bright full moon, Virgo. Hey Libra, Kapualani here with your girl and her moon Sagittarius full moon reading. So let's dive in. Spirit, what does Libra need to know for this Sagittarius full moon? Thank you. Oh, look at that. Ace of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. Wow. All right. I mean, these cards wanted to stay out, so I'm just going to leave them there. You definitely have a new start of some kind coming through, Libra, and long-term results to go with it. Whatever exchange you're looking at will be balanced. Whatever connection, or whatever the situation, it's going to be something that will prove positive over the long term, especially. Whatever seeds you do plant at this time, I feel like it will bear fruit. It will yield results, maybe even sooner than you think, which, you know what I mean? So part of it also is to do everything that you're doing with love. I don't know why, but it's just kind of like the fruit will be sweeter. I don't know. There's something with that. Okay, so I hope that that makes sense. All right, what do you need to hear from the universe? The Father of Pentacles. Okay, so time to take charge. There may be something here about being responsible with your money, your business, your health, taking action toward the bigger picture, strategizing and or putting plans into action. I feel like, there's something here about building things up for the future and looking at, just the reality that you are creating for yourself, just, you know what I mean, with the current trajectory, the current path that you're on, and, embracing that and not being afraid to just get hands on about things. Okay, you've got it, right? So don't hold back. It's like we can only plan and strategize for so long. This is that time to put the plan into action. All right, so what will this full moon be bringing to your awareness? The Seven of Wands, asserting yourself, maybe really harnessing and utilizing your voice, really being true to your thought, your opinion, your desires, for example, not being afraid to stand up for what you believe in if and where that resonates, and not getting distracted. Sometimes we have a goal, but, like, we've got stuff going on under the surface, and we our intention is to go from here to there, but then, oh, look at this, and oh, look at that, and oh, blah blah blah, I didn't think about this or that. It's like, no, we came here to get that thing. Go and get it. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe on the way back you can get this thing or look at that, but right now we need to kind of stay on point, right? You know what I mean? Stay on target. So there's something here with, like, staying focused and on point with whatever your bigger goals are, not losing sight of that or getting distracted. Okay, and being well prepared. So what are you potentially revisiting this full moon? 10 of Wands. Okay, so I don't know. I'm hearing, like, if there have been any entanglements, especially as it relates to family or any kind of, like, group energy. So it could be work related. It could, just whatever, that sort of thing. There's also this feeling of going back to lessons learned, perhaps. Like if you've kind of had that been there, done that type of thing, then remember, like, what did you learn from that? What are you taking away from those lessons and experiences? It's kind of like you're not just kind of getting through something, but you want to take away, the experiences that you've gained so that you're not stumbling over the same things again. You're like, there's a learning curve, you know what I mean? So there may be a more efficient way of doing something. You may have certain things already kind of on the back burner, or sitting in the closet that you could use instead of having to go out and buy something new, for example, that you just kind of maybe took for granted or forgot about. You know what I mean? So there's something with that. But anyway, advice for a smooth full moon: Daughter of Cups, have fun, be playful, err on the lighter, brighter side. Physically you could be a little bit exhausted, busy, feeling a little bit burdened and run down, feeling spread thin. That's where it's like, recharge your battery, listen to some good music, pay attention to the music you're listening to so that it's not kind of adding to the load here, but things that are going to lighten it up. All right, maybe watch a comedy or something that's going to brighten your spirits, if it's a show or that kind of a thing. Find reasons to laugh, open up to your childlike sense of wonder and abandon. Okay. But yeah, be spontaneous, maybe go in and try something new just to kind of shake things up and to, it's like that balance between serious and not serious. All right, what sort of vacation is your soul craving? Eight of Cups. Yeah, you're ready to move on, okay, from things that have just been disappointing, unfulfilling, or just energetically stagnated, okay? You're ready to seek out greener pastures and move on from just, again, that have been feeling like burnout, being weighed down, things not going as you had hoped or anticipated, that sort of thing. Or even if it did go as you anticipated and hoped, now it's over and now we just gotta keep moving forward, like that type of a thing. So yeah, there is a feeling here. We like the Eight of Cups, even though visually you kind of like, oh, that looks a little bit like, I don't know. But it's really just kind of acknowledging when you squeeze the last drop and there ain't no more juice coming out. You know what I mean? So it's okay. Time to give it up, right? You did your best. So, Libra, don't forget to schedule your session with us, girllearnermoon.com. We got 45-minute lives as well as pre-recorded readings, but dive into also your moon and rising signs, your Venus and North Node, perhaps for some deeper insights. But have a blessed and bright full moon. Till next time. Hey Scorpio, Kapualani here. I've got your girl and her moon Sagittarius full moon reading. Let's see what we see. Spirit, what messages do you have for Scorpio this Sagittarius full moon? Thank you. All right. Your message from the universe. What do you need to hear, Scorpio, this full moon? Father of Pentacles, taking care of business. Focus on what, not necessarily, oh yeah, what's right in front of you. But if you're feeling overwhelmed for whatever reason by like a bigger picture of something, just be right here, right now. And it's one step at a time, one puzzle piece at a time. Even if it doesn't seem like the right one, okay, then we're just gonna, get it organized. Don't be afraid to be intentional right now. I don't know who needs to hear that, but that's just what's coming through for someone. You may be feeling like very, very much responsible. I don't know why, but I'm getting, maybe whether this is for you or not, I'm getting like breadwinner energy or something like that, where, I feel like maybe you could feel good about yourself in that regard. But for others, maybe, you know, we'll see. I don't know. This is the only card that showed up. We'll see what the other cards say. But I'm feeling just kind of a little bit of this heaviness, you know, in terms of having to be solely responsible, not just for yourself. Like, yeah, that's one thing, but it's like, this is the Father of Pentacles. So, you know, the king is king of what? A kingdom, right? So what will this full moon be bringing to your awareness? Justice. Wow, yeah, balance. You know, for some, there could be things dealing with legal matters, documents. It could deal with, like, for example, when you contracts. That is what I meant to say. Libra energy. I think I already said that. Sorry about that, Scorpio. But yeah, karmic law, karmic balance, where things have maybe been unfair, imbalanced. That's what's going to come through. It's what's going to shine through this full moon for you, Scorpio. All right. Whether or not others acknowledge the imbalance is another thing. The biggest element that I'm getting here is that you will be able to see it and acknowledge it. And it's almost like drawing that proverbial line in the sand type thing. Yeah, I'm totally picking up on that. So what will you be revisiting this full moon? Six of Wands. Yeah, spread your wings and fly. No, Six of Wands. Yeah, you can hold your head up high, Scorpio. You're going to be victorious. Look to your previous successes, all right, as indicators in terms of, you know, whether or not, like, can I do this? Can I not? Am I going to get through this? Yes, you will. You've done it before. It may not be the exact same scenario, could be completely different, but you've been through difficult times before. You've been through this or that before. Like, you've got this. All right, that's like a big thing here. And also, it's that mindfulness that, you know, others are paying attention to what you're doing. Others are watching your moves. That could go, you know, in then various directions in terms of how that's translated or what that may mean for your particular situation. Some people are fans. Some people are, you know what I mean, a little bit mixed up inside. But you know, we've got justice here, so justice is going to be working in your favor and on your side, on your behalf, all right, Scorpio? So what are you, excuse me, let's get you some advice for a smooth full moon. Eight of Pentacles. So persistence is key. Shifting and changing up maybe how you're going about doing what you're doing. Tying up any loose ends in preparation, because we're getting closer and closer to closing out this cycle here. 8 steps out of 10. You know, this Eight of Pentacles is an acknowledgement that, you know, any adjustments that need to be made, this is the time to go ahead and make them, to implement, to do those, you know what I mean, those little kind of side things or whatever. Especially if you've been in a very strong routine or pattern, this is that time where it's like, okay, we're getting a little bit of a pause, like to go and check out what's going on, like a little intermission period. It doesn't mean that things are stopping. It means that it's, you know, we have this little window of time to take care of those side things that, you know what I mean, that are not part of the everyday flow, that are not part of the everyday rhythm. Like, that's kind of part of the greater rhythm of, you know, I hope that makes sense, right? Like, certain things that you do around the house, you're not doing them every single day or cleaning it every single day, but maybe, you know, every week, every other week, whatever. Okay, something along those lines. What type of vacation is your soul craving? Mother of Cups. You want to be in your element, Scorpio. You want to feel comfy. You want to feel cozy. You want to feel secure, clear in yourself, in your own emotions, in the emotions of others around you. Not saturated or oversaturated by stuff, right? I feel like with this Queen of Cups, yeah, I don't know why, but I'm getting like emotional clarity is key, you know, and self-care for that matter, because we are looking at water here with that healing aspect to it, right? The flow. We want to make sure that we're in our flow and that things are flowing, that we're not just kind of feeling stuck and stagnated in any which way. So getting things moving, right? In a way that is in alignment for you, harmoniously, especially when it comes to the home space when it comes to your inner world and feelings and things like that. So Scorpio, don't forget to check out your moon rising signs, maybe even your Venus or your North Node and your North Node, if you'd like just some deeper guidance there. But otherwise, we're here for you. Schedule your session with us, girlonamoon.com. We've got pre-recorded and live 45-minute sessions available. So have a great full moon. Till next time. Hello, Sagittarius. How are you? Kapualani here with your girl and her moon Sagittarius full moon reading. So Spirit, what messages do we have for Sagittarius this full moon? Thank you. All right. What do you need to hear from the universe, Sagittarius? Let's see. 3 of Pentacles. Things are coming together, all right? Step by step, day by day. The 3 of Pentacles is that collaborator card. And so it's time to work together. And I feel like if you've been waiting for others to be malleable to collaborating, this is your sign that they are and they will be. Again, things are coming together for the bigger picture in terms of what you're looking at. It's taking shape, okay? Something is solidifying to the point where you can start to feel a little bit more secure about your overall direction, okay? Where things are heading. What will this full moon be bringing to your awareness? The bigger picture, like I was saying, the world. Wow, okay. So some significant major cycles potentially ending, beginning. All right. There may be something to do with a year's time that we're looking at. So where were you at this time last year? What did life and your own circumstances look like? And how do they look now? How are you feeling about where you're at now versus back then, right? Bigger picture for sure. Something coming full circle as well. There may be a significant fixed sign around you. So Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio, possibility. I feel like there's, okay, so the world more than anything is fulfillment. And fulfillment in the way of, again, completion. So maybe that's also part of it for you. Yeah, things coming full circle, you feeling a sense of completion in your own way, okay, in a very positive way. What will you be potentially revisiting this full moon? 2 of Swords. So not just necessarily indifference, but things maybe being on pause. Be mindful not to get too caught up in your own thoughts to the point where it kind of keeps you stuck. I don't know why, but I also get the word mute. Things feeling like it's on mute, maybe needing a time of quiet to just kind of, I don't want to say gather your thoughts, but remove yourself from external distractions to just hear yourself. But if you've been in a space where you've just been in your head and you've only been in your thoughts, this may be a sign to maybe reach out and gain some insight to, you know, be better informed, especially if it comes to if there's a decision that needs to be made. Let's give you some advice for a smooth full moon. The Ace of Cups, nice. So there's some new cycles beginning, especially when it comes to matters of the heart and love. Maybe new love coming in. And if you're in a commitment that is totally stable, then a new cycle with your love, okay? I love this energy. There's heart healing coming through. There's joy, a joyful new beginning. I see smiling here. I feel like, and sorry about that, that weird kind of like sigh, Sagittarius, but there's something here about things really gelling and coming together. Don't get too caught up in your thoughts. Take it, there's something is beginning here. So give it that space, right? I don't think you have a problem with that at all, by the way. I'm just saying, all right? I'm just saying. So what sort of break What sort of downtime is your soul craving this full moon? Son of Pentacles. Yeah, you see, you're like totally chill with taking it slow. All right, you're like not in a huge rush. You're not trying to burn yourself out here. It's sort of like this is your time to really enjoy the moment and the ride and the journey. We like the Knight of Pentacles, in the way that this being delivers. Okay, whatever it is, like, that you kind of really just put the effort into, you're gonna make something happen. You keep taking one step a day for a month, you're going to get 30 steps, right? So there's something here about the practicality. I think it's like the dependability here. Maybe that's also what you're ready for, is that is something like that's going to be dependable, whether it's a routine or a person, things in your own life that are just kind of starting to stabilize. All right. So, Sagittarius, check out your moon, rising, perhaps even your north node and Venus signs or aspects for some deeper insights. And schedule your 45-minute live session or your pre-recorded with us, girllettermoon.com. We're here for you. But I want to wish you bright full moon blessings. Take care. Till next time. Hey Capricorn, Kapualani here with your girl and her moon, Sagittarius. Full moon reading. So let's see what we see for you, Capricorn, this Sagittarius full moon. Spirit, what does Capricorn need to know this full moon? Thank you. All right. We need to hear from the universe, Capricorn. Two of Pentacles. Okay, balance is key. There's slow growth that's developing, but it's developing nevertheless. Things may feel a little bit wobbly, and balance again is key. Sorry about that repetition, but it just was like had to come through. For some, there may be certain things with digestion that's just a little bit weird. So just kind of be mindful to that. Maybe a prebiotic, probiotic type thing. Talk to your healthcare professional, please. This is not medical advice. It's kind of hard to say that. But yeah, either you are on the go, you may be traveling, thinking of traveling, in a position of maybe, relocating or moving at some point, or making decisions perhaps around those aspects. But one way or another, this does hinge on choices and decisions, and finding your balance along the way. You may feel as though you're juggling things a little bit. You can do it, right? Even though it may feel a little bit like I think the butterfly moth here flutters, right? It's not like a bird that just can just fly in a straight line. You can manage, you got this, but just pay attention. Don't lose sight of what it is that you're doing right now. And to a degree, I also want to just say, yeah, like just pay attention to what you're doing, especially if you're moving, like if you're walking or if you're driving. That's all. Okay, just a quick little note there on that. What will this full moon be bringing to your awareness, Capricorn? Transformation, Scorpio energy, death, all right? Cycles ending. The ancestral realms as well. I feel like if something or someone from the past is coming up, perhaps there may be some kind of unfinished business or something, someone again from the past coming up, and there may be something, again, decisions that you're contending with, options or opportunities to do something, to not do something. I also feel like things could be moving slowly, because there may be certain things that need to come to an end, or that are still kind of closing out and shedding in a way for you. Just to put that out there. Make sure as well that you are not dragging anything out yourself, whether, you know what I mean, it's consciously or subconsciously or otherwise, or yeah, slowing yourself down, slowing down your own progress, or just resisting change in some way. Just kind of be aware that there, some of that may come up, you know, maybe for one or two of you out there, we'll see. All right, what will you potentially be revisiting? Okay, yeah, reclaiming your power, remembering that you are the creator, co-creator in your own life story. This is Gemini Virgo energy, just as a note. But with this magician, yeah, it's about honoring your own self-mastery and your own ability to affect change in your reality and to co-create and manifest from a space of power. You know, sometimes the bigger picture can be quite daunting, but the magician is not at all hindered by that. It's just a matter of gauging and saying, all right, what is my inspired, aligned action in that direction, right? So line things up, start from the ground up with what you can see, hold, and touch. I know sometimes it seems like, oh, but that's just, you know, if someone would just call me or contact me, it's like, yeah, we'll hold space for that. But until that happens, let's kind of get to work, getting to work. You know what I mean? All right, advice for a smooth full moon. 7 of Pentacles, get organized. Take this time to get things lined up so that you can recognize what adjustments, if any, are needed. And also, with that being said, you can see where you are investing your time, energy, and value, and whether or not that investment of time, energy, and value is effective, if it's worth your while, or if it's just like, man, you know, I've been plugging away at this, I'm plugging away at this, I'm plugging away at this, and it's just, it's, you know, I've given it so much time and effort, and I'm just kind of getting nowhere with it. So, you know, it may be time to switch things up, and again, make a few adjustments. It could be that, you know, something has run its course, and it's time to kind of put your energy into other, you know, ways of doing things or going about getting something done, right? So where can you be efficient or create a bit more effortlessness in the situation? All right, what sort of downtime is your soul craving? You want collaboration. 3 of Pentacles. Okay, so there are things that are syncing up, right? It's not going to happen overnight. Whatever it is that you're wondering about, this is something that you'll see the results in time. And some of it will be a little bit of trial and error. However, you may already have like a wealth of info, knowledge, and experience to where you've already done a lot of trial and error, you know, in the past throughout life. And so that's also part of it. It's not just consider like, oh yeah, this, you know, the past few months or whatever, but this is like bigger picture stuff that I'm getting in terms of the experiences that you can look back and reflect on, right? And even relationships and the value of those relationships, and the effort that you put into them, and what, you know what I mean, what the exchange is, and if it's balanced. So again, you're ready for those connections, those partnerships, those pieces of the puzzle to really start to gel and come to life for your bigger picture goal, you know, your bigger end goal here. All right. And it is, and it will. Okay. So, Capricorn, check out your moon, your rising, your Venus North Node for some deeper insights. Schedule your session with us, girlonamoon.com. We've got 45-minute live readings and pre-recorded when you are ready. We're here for you. All right? Have a blessed and bright full moon. Aquarius, what's up? Kapualani here. I've got your girl and her moon, Sagittarius full moon reading. So let's dive in and see what we see. Spirit, what does Aquarius need to know? This is for Aquarius, Spirit. All right. Your message from the universe. What do you need to hear right now, Aquarius? Father of Wands. All right. Wield that creative psychic energy. Okay. This encourages you to put yourself out there. You're ready for it. I don't know why, but I'm also getting like, grab hold of the mic. Like, the mic is yours. Let your voice be heard. Let your thoughts be known, or your vision, like, let it shine through and follow through. Take those actions toward it. There, there's a self-discipline and a sense of responsibility that all of the kings yield and wield, like that sort of thing. And so it's really this time to refine your steps, your actions, whatever it is that you're putting out there. Okay. That's another thing to consider. You are magnetic and people see you that way, Aquarius. So take ownership of that, and let your vision guide you. All right. Let spirit guide you. Let your vision guide you. If you are an energy healer, this tells me that, like, you're really, because fire is life force, so you are harnessing your power. If anything, you're being guided to harness that power and to just put it out there. Okay. What will this full moon be bringing into your awareness? The Son of Swords. Okay, so yeah, be bold, be dynamic. Even if you are not the most well seasoned or experienced, like, go for it anyway. That's like the message with the knights for the most part. Make sure that you're paying attention to the details and that you have a handle for the most, you know what I mean, of things before you go on to it. Like, for example, it's okay to take note cards. You know what I mean? You don't have to have the whole thing memorized, or even if you do have the whole thing memorized, and sometimes you don't even refer to the note cards. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's okay. I don't know why, but I feel like saying to you, Aquarius, that it's okay to have like backup support. I don't know if somebody needs to hear that message. I feel like, nights, generally it's about, there's something is in motion, something is moving. There could be messages coming through, up with opportunities or insights that are gonna kind of help your cause, is also what I'm getting. So that's where it's also like, pay attention to the anything that's incoming, the messages that are going to be incoming. All right, we don't overlook any details. What are you potentially revisiting? Three of Wands, the vision. Okay, you're revisiting the vision. Ships are coming in with the Three of Wands. Stay inspired, stay motivated. Okay, that's where, again, I said king, self-discipline, responsibility. Pace yourself as necessary. This isn't a race, and even if it is, you would most likely win. Just showing up as the king here. You are in charge, okay, of the dialogue. I don't know why I had to say that, but yeah, this Three of Wands, what you be revisiting is, again, I don't know why, but I'm just gonna say it. Stay inspired about the road ahead. You're getting closer and closer to some exciting stuff, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so let's give you some advice for a smooth full moon. The Hermit. Trust your own life lived wisdom, experience to guide you. This is a time for soul searching, perhaps. If you are seeking guidance in regards to something that you are unfamiliar with, then this is that encouragement to reach out to a mentor, someone who does have that wisdom and experience. This is Virgo energy, so if there's a significant Virgo around you, or maybe there will be coming in, this is that sign. Maybe that's the person to talk to. I feel like, as much as you may be excited about sharing something, putting something out there, putting yourself out there, remember, that's where it's about finding that balance and that pace, and trusting. Like with the Hermit, people are drawn to that flame in the dark, to that light in the dark. Okay, and so that's part of it, is trust that the right people will find you. Okay, the right connections will be made. We're not just trying to attract anyone here, right? All right, what sort of vacation or downtime is your soul craving. Son of Cups, you want that flow, you want to have some fun. I feel like, if music is significant to you, put on some good music. Listen, not just like listen to your heart, but follow your heart. Even if you don't feel, again, like you have all the right words, or you're not quite as refined in saying just what's in your heart, that kind of thing. You're encouraged to do that, to lead from the heart. Be bold. There's messages of boldness when we see the knights here. And there may be bold messengers or messages coming through, or just messages in general that could be connecting more to you on a heart level, or appealing to you on an emotional level. And that may be, again, what you're calling in and what you're wanting as well. So I feel like, there's for whatever reason, I gotta mention that I feel like there's some movement happening here in terms of things you seeing progress in whatever it is that you're holding space to manifest. All right. But you can trust your energy, trust your vibes more than anything. See your goal as a pilgrimage. All right. That's where I'm saying, like, it's like pacing yourself, replenish yourself, so that the fire doesn't get so, too burned out or whatnot. Maybe, if you live near a body of water, natural water, maybe go and visit the water if that, means something to you. Maybe, this Knight of Cups is just a matter of just kind of wanting to hang back and be chill and have a drink or something. You know what I mean? Beverage of choice, I should say. But either way, Aquarius, go ahead and don't forget to check out your rising sign, your moon sign, maybe even your Venus and North Node signs for some deeper insights, and schedule your session with us. We're here for you, girlonthemoon.com. We've got those 45-minute live readings as well as the pre-recorded. All right, so have a blessed and bright Sagittarius full moon. Till next time. Hey Pisces, Kapualani here. I've got your girl and her moon Sagittarius full moon reading. Let's dive in and see what we see here. So Spirit, what does Pisces need to know this Sagittarius full moon? Okay, so we've got the Hermit, the Three of Wands, the Four of Wands reverse. I'm like, did I have this deck upside down or something? They flipped upside down. So, okay. You're going to get to where you want to be, need to be. Slow down, don't rush it. All right? Slow down, don't rush it. There are some things taking place behind the scenes, whether that's just spiritually or otherwise. I don't know why, but I'm just in this energy of saying, like, yeah, that's gonna, at some point it will work in your favor. Even if you're, you may have certain events or things to kind of show up for or celebrate or whatever, even if it's just the day-to-day type thing. And maybe you're not feeling it. Maybe you're feeling a little bit tired because of that Hermit reversed energy. You're wanting to maybe either keep to yourself. Maybe you're forcing yourself to get out when you want to keep to yourself more. But let's see, though. Let's see, Spirit. What does Pisces need to know? Don't hesitate. It's okay to cancel plans. Especially if you're just needing time to recharge. Right? It's been a busy... It's just been busy. Whether or not it's actually been busy or just like the energy in and of itself has felt that way. And you know what I mean? The Spirit, what does Pisces need to know in regards to this Sagittarius full moon? Thank you. All right. We need to hear from the universe. Your message from the universe, Pisces, for this woman. Aha. Oh, wow. This one just popped right out. It's going to come out. The Ace of Wands, new perspective, an exciting new cycle. Something is being ignited. All right. There is a new vision. opening up or the ability to see things from a new perspective, you're going to get your energy back. Okay? You're going to get your energy back. I feel like this is a really nice energy of like a pick-me-up. Like things are going to be looking up. You're going to be feeling, maybe excited about life, about what it is, about something or someone. And, if it's felt like things have been in the dark, that's where, again, this like aha moment, a moment of inspiration, and seeing past just a lot of debris. I don't know. I just kind of felt like, I hope that resonates for someone. But let's see what this full moon will be bringing into your awareness. The Two of Pentacles, balance, harmonizing with maybe two different people, two varying options or situations that need a little bit of balance. I feel like, yeah, you're going to figure it out. You're going to see how to put the two pieces together, how to bring something together in a space of harmony. Okay. And you'll be able to manage as well, and finding your foothold in something, especially if it feels like it's a balancing act or a juggling act. Okay. There may be a bit of travel. There may be some movement that you're experiencing. Be mindful also of your belly, digestion, that kind of thing. That's all. Sometimes I say that when I see the Two of Pentacles. But let's see what you're potentially revisiting this full moon. The Devil. All right. So any addiction, self-limiting patterns, habits, behaviors, toxic energies, negative energies, we want to be clear not to engage the lower frequency, and just kind of be self-aware of any areas or aspects where we may be limiting ourselves, or just kind of not quite seeing how we might be, just unintentionally or unconsciously acting as our own worst enemies here. Okay, any areas that you might be fixating on, anything you may be fixating on, it's that time to recognize it so you can release, you can shift out of that. It might be a very busy time, it may not have anything to do with fixations or any of that stuff. It might just be that it's a very busy time, and it may also be that this devil is here to tell you that you are the master of your reality, your physical world. You are capable of bringing something to life. You're capable of seeing something through, of succeeding when it comes to work, especially getting something done. All right, you've got the skills, you've got the knack. You can do it. All right, that's that devil is like can take something and turn it into something else. Or you know what I mean? Like, all right, I know what I'm dealing with here. Like I got it all figured out, and I'm just gonna make it happen. Okay, we want to slow down and not be too much of a workaholic, but because like I said, things may be busy, and you'll be able to get through it, get it done, but just stay organized. Okay. All right, advice for a smooth full moon. The Daughter of Wands. Okay, yeah, be open to the lighter, brighter side of things. Don't take yourself or others too seriously. Laugh, with the Daughter of Wands. Stop and smell the roses as well. Okay, take that time to be adventurous, to explore, especially if there is a new experience that you're opening up to, or a new cycle, a new way of doing something. Definitely there's something new life force or a new life cycle or something coming through here. Okay, with that Ace of Wands, the Daughter of Wands, but you're gonna manage it. I feel like there's fun to be had, especially you got the devil, sneaky little devil, like a little bit of fun that's there. Okay, and maybe you're gonna be learning something new or taking on a new hobby or some kind, you know what I mean, just to kind of that's gonna give you lift your spirits is what I should say. Lift your spirits, a new project, something along those lines. Or even something to add on to your work that's going to help and improve things somehow. It might be a little bit of a learning experience, but you'll figure it out. Okay. All right. What sort of vacation is your soul craving this full moon? Five of Pentacles. You want a little bit of a break. Okay, you want to slow down. If you're feeling a bit run down, down on your luck, or like you haven't been like included, like if you're feeling left out, then it's like you want to come in from the cold. You want to feel grounded and secure again. Feel like yourself. Um, when we see the Five of Pentacles, it's this nod toward recovery, right? Where you're guided to focus on what you're good at and what is working for you, rather than dwelling or focusing on what's not going right, and or plugging away at something that is not your strong point, for example. And so that's part of it. It's just kind of like, hey, you gave it your best effort. Now just kind of like let it go. There will be a time and a place, whatever, to deal with that. For now, we just want to kind of focus on that light at the end of the tunnel, right? And having a bit of giving yourself a bit of respite. And it's okay for things to slow down a little bit, because it's going to pick up again. All right. When we have a new way of doing things, and you know what I'm saying, putting something new into action, physically, it's like we may feel a little bit challenged because we're having to reprogram our muscle memory in a way, right? But you'll be fine. So just take it slow. There is no rush. You will figure it out. Okay, so Pisces, I encourage you to check out your moon and rising signs, and if it speaks to your Venus North Node signs for some deeper insights, and schedule a session with us. We are here for you, girlonhermoon.com, for a 45-minute live reading or a pre-recorded. But have a beautiful and blessed Sagittarius full moon, Pisces. Till next time, thanks for being here.